right, and on that sporting note, Jeffrey Stevens, you have a very interesting guest with you.
Yes, sir. I'm so excited to introduce to you Owen Da Gama from his days at the Bafana Bafana camp, and also looking at his experience from that time and what he can suggest and advise Bafana Bafana to do tonight as they come up against Ghana. Good morning to you. Welcome. Thanks so much for your time, Owen Da Gama. From your experiences within the Bafana Bafana camp, you clearly have some ideas as to what the current crop of the class of 2019 need to do be successful against Ghana tonight. Firstly, let's look at the new coach. It's his first competitive match, Molefe Nseki. He has come out and said that he feels no pressure. Do you agree with him?
I agree, so. I mean, although there's always pressure on the national team coach, this time around he's just started. He's had a great start with a very good win against Mali. And, you know, he obviously needs time to settle in as well as to get the right combinations that he feels he can work with. You know, he has been with Stuart Baxter there before, so he understands. He's got a good background of knowing where to go and how to change things around, and he certainly, I believe, is under no pressure. But there's always a measure of pressure in that seat.
Look, the entire sporting mad nation that South Africa is still glowing and basking in the wonders of the Springboks. Yeah. Is there any type of inspiration that Nseki and his management team can take to inspire the team against Ghana this evening?
Most definitely. I mean, what the Springboks have done for everybody, for soccer, for cricket, for everybody, is just an inspiration. And I definitely think that, you know, just that good feeling that's in the country and in Bafana Bafana as well, I think will definitely motivate the boys.
Now, the players from the camp seem to be really excited to take on this challenge of taking on Ghana in their own backyard. What of the tactics should they employ to be successful tonight?
I think if you look at Ghana and you look at the last 5 matches, they haven't lost. They've won a few, I think 1-3, and they've drawn a few as well. So I think we've got to go in with a very measured and a very careful approach. We can't just go in and sit back, or can't just go in and attack wildly. We've got to be, you know, very, very, very careful. We've got to sum up what they do within the first 10 minutes and then apply our game. But we have to go in with caution and then see what is happening and then, you know, kick it over to our next phase of the approach.
Now, they've obviously left it late to announce the starting 11. Any particular players that you are looking forward to, or that should be in the starting 11 for tonight's game?
I think most definitely Jimmy Tau. There's no doubt about it. He's been the driving force in the Bafana since Stuart Baxter, and unfortunately he missed the Mali game through injury. But still, he is definitely the pivotal player there. I think Kermit Erasmus is also on top of his game. He's a joint top goal scorer in the PSL. He's come to life. He's just kicked to another level. He's got international experience. He's played in Bafana. He's played in France, Belgium. So I think with his experience, he can also add a lot to the team. It's just a pretty player like Zwane, who's been also very instrumental in the team, is out. But that just gives another player an opportunity. I think Zungu also very, very instrumental in the game. Ronan Williams on top of his game. Currently the best player in South Africa, I think, the best goalkeeper, for sure. He's just won the MTN top 8, and, you know, they're sitting pretty 5th or 4th in the PSL. So I think, you know, those are players that I think are the backbone of Bafana at this stage.
I, for one, am very concerned about some of the players' late arrival in camp in Ghana. Should this be a concern?
I think it's a knife with two edges. Sometimes when they just arrive at the right time, maybe not too early, but at the right time and coming from good form, you know, from their teams, I particularly don't think it's a problem. You know, the Brazilians would bring in a player on Friday and they play on Saturday and he's gone on Sunday. But we understand the dynamics in Africa with the traveling and that type and those type of problems. But I still believe that they come from very good backgrounds. You know, they come from top teams where they've been prepared very, very well, and the teams also make sure that when they leave, they come back in good form. So it's all measured, all done in a very professional way.
Quickly before I let you go, the modern game football has evolved to, in many instances, counter-attacking football. Where will this game be won and lost, and who will win it?
I think it will be won if we can defend very well. I think it's going to be won in defense and obviously in opportunities that are created. The team that's going to defend well and take its opportunities, I believe, is the team that will win. But my money's on Bafana Bafana.
Thanks so much, Coach Owen de Gama from Highlands Park, also a former national team head coach, joining us to talk about Bafana Bafana, the 2021 qualifiers. First up.